reflect on the concept of Ubuntu. If you want an orderly society, make it your business to factor in your code of conduct, in the upbringing of your children, daily life that is founded on Ubuntu. If you have espoused Ubuntu, you can't steal from your fellow human being. If you have espoused Ubuntu, which really is another version of the love that the Bible enjoins us to practice, you can't leave your own spouse or partner and go and sleep with your neighbor's spouse or partner. And when we are psyched as society through the blending of the law and codes and practices, or through them, the blending of the law and practices with religion, or African religion in this context, then these many families that are getting broken almost on a daily or weekly basis would become stable. The ever-increasing population of the lost generation, who are bitter because they've had to fend for themselves, grow up without the care and the nurturing of the parents, will be tremendously reduced. Because the danger of that generation is that that bitterness has a way of translating itself into violence and the crime that we're complaining about in this country and elsewhere. It is all because people failed to embrace Ubuntu. It is all because our way of life have failed to factor this religious injunction into our way of doing things. You don't care about anybody else but yourself. You steal to enjoy with your partner, with your wife, with your husband, and your children, and maybe relatives. You don't care how damaging what you have done is going to be to another person, to another family, to the future of the children of those people born and yet to be born. And when they grow up in an environment of nothingness because of what you have done or because of what we have allowed society to become, talk about moral degeneration at its lowest level. Talk about crime that defies the superiority of the police force or the army that you have, the laws that are designed to send to prison for a very long period, rape and murder that is uncontrollable. If your laws are devoid of morality, if the laws you enact are developed from the premise that respect of one by another is meaningless, you can just address me anyhow, you can deal with me anyhow, even if I'm your father. Discipline is something to approach a police station about. I talk to you and you can just contort it and say, I've insulted you and so on. If Ubuntu is not embraced, if love is not embraced. Forget about the many conferences that you're going to hold. Forget about whatever number of laws you're going to enact. So these values are key.